There's a false narrative addiction makes us believe. It tells us that we're alone, isolated, and will always be alone because no one wants our mess. Addiction tells us our only hope is to remain addicted, keeping us isolated and lost. We think no one understands us, no one cares, and if we ask for help, we're weak, broken, and a problem that needs to be solved. Or worse, we come to believe if we tell the truth about what we're going through, we'll truly be alone, exiled, abandoned, and rejected. So we keep our pain inside, mask it, and drown it in our addiction. We think that if we're stronger or more disciplined, we would figure this out ourselves. Then we build our lives around that belief. So we isolate, we hide, and we act as an acceptable character in someone else's play. We keep everything a secret. We hide in our shame, embarrassment, and hope we can solve our problem without ever needing to seek any outside help. And yet, extreme loneliness and disconnection causes so much more suffering. Eventually, the isolation becomes part of the addiction process. Liberation tells a different story. Liberation says that we are powerful, but not all powerful, and we don't have to walk alone. That's the second step. We acknowledge the power of a healing community and a therapeutic relationship on the path toward liberation from addiction and commit to seeking a community and a professional counselor that best supports our journey. Notice something important about this step. It doesn't say that someone else will save us. It doesn't say that we surrender our power to a group, a counselor, or to another person. It says we acknowledge the power of community. That's very different because human beings are relational. We don't develop our understanding of ourselves in isolation. We discover who we are through relationships, through shared experiences, through conversations, through being seen and known by other people, and through belonging. A child learning to walk doesn't learn to walk because someone walks for them. They learn because someone is nearby creating a safe space to fall, get back up, fall again, and eventually succeed. Someone encourages them, reaches out a hand to support them just enough to let them use their power to recover, and celebrates when they stand back up. The child still has to take the steps, but they don't have to take them alone. Healing and liberation work much the same way. We are responsible for walking our path, but we don't have to walk it without help, support, and companionship. That's why the healing community is so important. There are many different ways to define a healing community. It might be a sober recovery or peer support group. It could be professional counseling, group counseling, or a spiritual community. It may also be a group of friends who genuinely encourage us to flourish. It's possible that it's a community you haven't found yet. The important question isn't just where can I find people who understand addiction? It's where can I find people who support the person I am becoming? Where can I find a community that I can engage in that accepts me for who I am becoming and with whom I can participate in building a community and culture for others? Because there's a difference. We don't just need people who understand where we've been. We need relationships that can help support where we're going. That's why step 2 specifically includes a professional therapeutic relationship. Therapy is about creating a safe space for us to explore our story. It isn't about someone telling us how to live our life. A good therapist helps us explore our life and create our own story. They ask questions we may not have thought to ask. They help us recognize patterns and themes in our life we couldn't see from inside our own experience. They create a relationship where honesty is safe and real. And sometimes that relationship becomes the first place where we can finally say, this is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm afraid of. This is what I've been hiding. This is who I think I am. And someone listens. Someone sees us. Not to judge or fix, but to help us explore and understand ourselves. That's powerful. because addiction thrives in disconnection and liberation flourishes in connection. But connection doesn't mean surrounding ourselves with people who simply tell us what we want to hear. A healing community challenges us, it encourages us, it holds us accountable. It reminds us who we are and where we're going when we forget or lose our focus. It gives us a place where we can practice becoming the person that is emerging and who we're creating. So if you're walking this path right now, I want you to consider something. The next step isn't to try harder. It's seeking and finding a community and a professional counselor. Asking for support isn't an admission that you don't have power. It's how you're using your power. We still have to walk the path, but we don't have to walk it alone. We discover how powerful we are when we're finally willing to let someone walk beside us. Healing grows in connection. Healing flourishes in relationships. And your liberation shouldn't be a solitary journey.